Welcome, traveler, to the Anime Club. How lucky of you to stumble upon this video. Anyway, have you seen Mieruko-chan? That anime about a girl that can see ghosts and has to act like she doesn't see them because she's scared. And what will the ghost do if she reacts? From what people have told me, it's just an anime about ghosts and fan service. But what if I told you there's more to it than it seems? On today's episode of The Feet of the Lamia, I shall show you how much bullshit I can come up with. The first episode of Mieruko-chan are something deeper than just ghosts, something that haunts us and terrifies many of us to the core: anxiety. Oh, okay, I know, Lamias don't have feet, but hear me out. Opinions are like assholes, and some are more stinky than others, and you might be a dog on the internet. Alright, first off, why only the first 4 episodes? Because from chapter 5 and beyond, the story starts making sense. Those first 4 episodes are just full of uncomfortable situations for the poor Yotsuya Miko, the main character of the show. I could take the easy route and say, Miko is suffering from psychosis and that's why she sees ghosts. But no, that's too easy and boring. And the Feet of the Lamia are more interesting, enticing, and smelly. From episode 1, we are shown that Miko is a very anxious girl. It is very subtle. You can notice how she pays attention to random stuff, like if something was going to happen. The event that supposedly triggered her ability to see ghosts was what happened on the bus stop. After the creepy phone bug, we get to see the first ghost, or how I see it, a weirdo trying to catch Miko's attention, and the first visual representation of anxiety. Check out how she acts. If you were stuck with a stranger on a bus stop, and you didn't want to interact because you're conscious that you're a cute girl and that's why the dude wants your attention, how would you feel and act? I would honestly prefer ignoring the dude and fake being on my phone, texting or whatever, playing Candy Crush. Then on the bathroom, when she's washing her teeth, she previously suspected her little brother entering there and doing stuff he's not supposed to. Well, now we see Miko creeped out by a ghost, and we get a very interesting camera shot. Thanks to fan service like this, I initially thought the show was about how it feels to be sexually harassed. But there's more. Cause yeah, the little twerp she has for her brother and do be acting kinda sus more than once. I guess it's normal. Kids can be quite curious. And perhaps Miko is aware of this. Then at school, this dude appears and starts trying to talk to Miko, and she just straight up ignores him because bruh, whomst greets their peers by calling them teacher, and with smelly breath on top of that. Very uncomfortable. 0 out of 10 would ignore again. Miko may not look like it, but she's quite the scaredy cat. On episode 1, when her friend calls her out of fear of ghosts, Miko starts acting very wary. And then on the locker room scene, her friend Hana tells her a story about, what? Heads on the lockers? And Miko gets scared again. It makes sense to be scared of an actual ghost head, but we can also see this as a visual representation of the anxiety she feels towards ghost stories about heads in locker rooms. Later on, damn, when we squashed by those. Where was I? Oh, right. Hana says, "Oh no, I forgot to wear underwear." And this brings forth a very perverted ghost, which I see as the visual representation of the discomfort Miko feels about Hana not wearing underwear. Then the ghost attacks Miko, representing how uncomfortable she feels to be sexually harassed by her own friend. Later that day, Miko stands in line and realizes she is on the wrong line. Have you ever stood on the wrong line? what did you feel would happen if you ended up going all the way till the end? Yeah, something like that. Later that day, the girls find a cat, and it has a ghost attached. I see this as another visual representation of anxiety, because it would be very stressful for me to wait until somebody comes to adopt the cat I just found, but it would be even more stressful to see somebody coming for the cat and at first glance feeling that the person is not trustworthy. Alright, next episode. Have you ever been on the bus and there were some very obnoxious people laughing at others or being intimidating? Yeah, that's how I have felt. I get you, Miko. I understand. Or when you're minding your own business, just staring into the void, and by pure chance some rando is existing in that direction and thinks you're staring at them. Even worse if they have a very jealous girlfriend that starts making trouble. Have you ever had a friend that is totally oblivious to anxiety? Damn, what a blessing to live like that. And boy, what a blessing to have that friend, because they do be looking real good. Anyway, Miko and Hannah are shopping and decide to take a shortcut to a shop. Very shady shortcut. Hannah doesn't mind, but Miko becomes anxious really quick, because goddamn, where is this alley located? Mexico? What? Japan is not completely beautiful and safe with a pink filter and subtitles? What? Man, I come up with bullshit, but what you're telling me is simply unbelievable. I cannot believe you. Anyway, they eat ass in the park and we go to the next episode. Miko wakes up feeling really uncomfortable, presumably because this little shit is in her room. What is he doing there? I've never had this happen to me, so I don't understand. But what I do understand is having people enter your room without permission is very, very not cool. Then there's the scene with Miko, where Miko goes to the store and buys some stuff, and the asshole manager is trying to pressure her into paying more or something. 12 hours later, Miko and her brother are watching a horror movie and she's terrified. She'd rather go outside and buy something. Again, even if she doesn't look like it on the outside, on the inside she is very anxious. So much so that even normal commercials look unsettling. That's how anxiety is for some of us. We may not show it, but we're really not feeling too being chilling. And we can't say anything because whomst would take us seriously. And another question. Have you ever dropped a coin and feared you'd touch a rat or spider or some weird shit when reaching for the coin? Well, there's another representation of anxiety, brought to you by Mieruko-chan. Though there are some representations I cannot understand or connect with. For example, this one on the alleyway, or even the manager on the store, or this pervert on the bathroom. What's he supposed to be, a panic attack? Because I've had panic attacks because of anxiety, and it's understandable to have one after enduring anxiety for so long. The next day, Miko looks mentally exhausted, goes downstairs, and finds her family being very overwhelming, asking her about if she has a boyfriend, pulling her leg, telling her she'll be late, the pudding. It all weighs down on her to the point she loses her appetite. But that's not all about this scene. Having breakfast with her family reminded her of old times when her father was alive. I think that's what really triggered Miko's ability to see ghosts. The loss of her father. Trauma messes with you in strange ways. Somewhere on the episode, Miko wakes up and says, "Every day I wake up, I make a wish to not see them anymore." And I really felt that. Because every day I wake up, every time I'm not feeling well, I wish I could just live in peace without seeing any of these ghosts, without suffering from anxiety. I have tried many things too, even amulets. It is quite like a curse. I get you, Miko. You're not alone. And if the person whom found this video suffers from anxiety too, you're not alone either. You see the ghosts, Mieruko see the ghosts. I see them too. I see them too. And that's why I say the first 4 episodes of Mieruko-chan are about how anxiety feels like. I'll watch the rest of the series because it's a nice show, and perhaps Mieruko will find an answer to her anxiety, an answer that could help me too. Going to therapy, for example. I hope Mieruko can find answers and live happy. In the meantime, remember, Lamia have no feet, but if you look hard enough, you will find them, and maybe you'll enjoy them. From episode 1, we are shown that Mieruko is an anxious girl. It is very subtle, comrade.